Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have not quite had the best relationship with the royal family since they got together. But does that justify Meghan's disinvite to Queen Elizabeth's bedside during her final rites? Was she also banned from attending the Queen's funeral? And did Meghan respond to openly being left out? As you may be well aware, Queen Elizabeth II died on September 8th at the age of 96, and her death was confirmed by an official statement from the royal family's social media accounts. They announced, "The Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. The King and the Queen consort will remain at Balmoral this evening and will return to London tomorrow." In a statement, King Charles also said, "The death of my beloved mother, Her Majesty the Queen, is a moment of the greatest sadness for me and all the members of my family. We mourn profoundly the passing of a cherished sovereign and a much-loved mother. I know her loss will be deeply felt throughout the country, the realms, and the Commonwealth, and by countless people around the world. During this period of mourning and change, my family and I will be comforted and sustained by our knowledge of the respect and deep affection in which the Queen was so widely held." So when it was announced that the Queen's health had declined, the entire royal family confirmed they were racing to her side. That included Prince Harry and Meghan, whose spokesperson released a statement saying both the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were en route, until their spokesperson announced again that Harry would be going alone. Harry and Meghan were scheduled to attend the Well Child Awards in London, but after the announcement that Queen Elizabeth's health had taken a decline, they cancelled their appearance, and Harry embarked on a plane solo from London to Scotland. His plane landed shortly after the news of the Queen's death was made public, and in photos that made rounds on social media, Harry was seen arriving at the estate in a black SUV, with his hand covering a portion of his face. Well, according to royal expert Katie Nicole, an invitation to join the family at the estate was not extended to Meghan. She said, "It's understood that the family wanted Prince Harry to be there, even though he was unable to get to Balmoral in time to see his grandmother. But Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, was not, we understand, invited to join the family. She has said she will go to Balmoral another time, but I think it is quite significant that Prince Harry traveled to Balmoral on his own, without his wife." Of course, people reacted differently to Meghan's disinvite, and one person who found it rather appalling wrote on Twitter, "All of the UK has treated her awfully from day one, so not surprising. We don't know all the details, but regardless, that's Harry's wife, and it's toxic to cut her out of it. In the least, she should be able to be there for him and support him." Some were even a bit mean with their comments, like one person who wrote, "Meghan's still breathing though, not everyone can say that." Other people also pointed out that Kate Middleton wasn't there too, so it should not have been a big deal. However, in response, people pointed out that the difference was that Kate was invited, but she had to stay behind for the kids. But Meghan wasn't even given the opportunity. To that, one follower wrote, "So Kate was invited, but declined, but Meghan wasn't even invited? Seems kinda unfair. She may not be blood-related and there may be drama with Meghan and Harry with the royals, but she is still part of the family." To other people, the disinvite wasn't really surprising, considering the history Meghan has with the royal family. First of all, some people said that because of all the rules Meghan broke since she joined the family, she was excluded from the invite. And just to mention a couple of those broken rules. For starters, members of the British royal family are not typically allowed to marry someone that has been divorced, but Meghan was the first ever biracial divorcee to ever marry into the royal family. Meghan also got married on a Saturday, even though it's royal tradition to get married during the week. She actually broke a bunch of other wedding rules, like when she married Prince Harry in 2018. Meghan demanded to wear the tiara she wanted, but ended up wearing the Queen Mary's diamond bandeau tiara, as per tradition. Also, in her vows at her and Harry's royal wedding, Meghan did not vow to obey her husband, which was royal protocol. In addition, members of the British royal family aren't supposed to voice political opinions, as they're a non-political entity. However, Meghan broke that rule a couple of times. Meghan also had a baby shower for her son, which was against the royal rules, and she ignored another tradition when she skipped the Lindo Wing photo op, in which they would have posed outside of the hospital after the baby's birth. Traditionally, Royal mums, including Kate Middleton, gave birth in the Lindo wing at St. Mary's Hospital, London, before stepping out for a photo on the hospital steps. Let's also not begin with the numerous dress codes Meghan broke once she joined the royal family. In 2020, Meghan and Harry actually took a step further when they announced they wished to distance themselves from royal obligations. They announced they were stepping down as senior members of the royal family and that they'd split time between the US and the UK. And the bombshell resignation from the royal family made headlines and was dubbed Megxit. At the time when Meghan and Harry announced their exit, the royal family, including Prince Charles, Prince William, and the Queen, were reportedly filled with rage because they weren't given the proper heads up. Then there was the 2021 interview with Oprah Winfrey that followers said definitely influenced how Meghan was treated. In the interview, Meghan told Oprah that a senior member of the royal family was concerned about the skin color of the couple's son Archie, and that she was blocked from accessing mental health treatment. Meghan and Harry also said that they fled the United Kingdom under duress, and that leaving the royal family for good had not been part of their long-term plans from the outset of their engagement and marriage. Prince Harry actually added that his family cut him off at the beginning of 2020, and that he and Meghan had been funding their lifestyles through streaming deals, and Harry's inheritance from the late Princess Diana. In August 2022, Meghan once again told the world how she really felt about life post-royal family, saying she was happy to leave the monarchy and regain her freedom and post about it too. In the scathing interview with The Cut, she claimed that she was required to give her children's photos to the royal rota, but she refused because they called her children the N-word. Well, some people said that because of everything Meghan has done, she had no business being invited to the Queen's final rites. Like one person pointed out, some people don't like to acknowledge the fact that Andrew, Prince Harry, and Meghan Markle's selfish actions caused the Queen a lot of stress in her final years. She had to cope with a scandalous son and a toxic grandson, and his wife who sold lies about their families for cash. Someone else also wrote, Meghan Markle's own father nearly died of a stroke, and she hasn't even bothered to call or see him. Watching her swan around Windsor shaking hands, pretending to be sad after making the Queen's final years a misery, is sickening. Another royal expert also said that Queen Elizabeth spent her final moments in complete and utter anguish, relating to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, adding, "True, she recognized the need to strip him of his public duties, but to her, family is family, to be protected and nurtured, both for historic and for emotional reasons. The tragedy is that Prince Harry, her darling grandson, was unable to grasp the concept of family beyond the one he created for himself. We will never know what anguish she went through as he fled Britain for the US, so ignominiously with his wife Meghan, turning his back on everything the Queen herself stood for. But her one dry statement, 'Recollections may vary,' tells us all we need to know about her private disappointment." Other people also started speculating that Meghan would not even be invited to the funeral, with one person noting, "I hope and pray this is true. The royal family and country deserve to mourn and bury our Queen without Netflix around and mics hidden in clothing. She needs to leave the UK and never return. She will never be welcome here again." Some also said that even if Meghan would be invited to the funeral, after all the pain and suffering she caused the late Queen, she should know better than to show up, because it would be very hypocritical of her. We definitely can't wait to see how that goes, because on one hand, Meghan may be obliged to attend the funeral, which will cause drama. And on the other hand, attending will also come with a lot of drama. Well, as we wait, check out this other drama-filled video.